I nearly started speaking before the thing had actually begun, so you would have just heard like partway. I don't know, me just starting partway through. Okay, I'm gonna try and sort out audio fairly quickly. Yeah, I mean, I'm never good at actually judging exactly how high it should be, and I'll just get up the other tab, get up the other laptop rather, so I can have chat up as always. There we are. Oops, no, I don't want to add it to queue. I would like to actually watch it now. Come on. And this other laptop is many, many years old, and yeah, it's a little bit slow now, but you know, still a good laptop. It's holding in after, yeah, ages. Oh god, YouTube's changed the. Oh no, oh that's disgusting. YouTube's changed what their thing looks like again. Oh no. Anyway, it's kind of vaguely sad / annoyed Ninja noise aside. Oh no, let's in advance. Okay, no, streamer mode is on. Cool. I've got everything muted that should be muted, aside from my cursed WhatsApp setup, which I don't want to touch if I can possibly avoid it. Because basically, I don't know, if you don't know, I don't have a smartphone, and I decided the other day to make it easier on friends who don't have Discord or stuff like that to try and get WhatsApp. And boy, was that an experience, because it turns out WhatsApp really, really wants you to have a smartphone. Now, had I had a like blank smartphone as where I think I could have probably managed to set it up. As it was, yeah, just why do I do this to myself? Yeah, as it was, what ended up when it's the way I did this is because you do need a smartphone at least at some point to set up WhatsApp, or you need to. Yeah, you could, in theory, download like an Android emulator onto your computer. I didn't really want to take up any more space on this computer than I already have taken up, and that, yeah. So I wanted to avoid doing that, and so I basically I borrowed my dad's phone, which I had at uni anyway, because if something goes badly wrong, I may end up needing to do exams online, etc. Hence, I need to have a phone. And yeah, as a result of this, I have a stupid, absolutely cursed WhatsApp setup because I couldn't like work out a way of directly associating WhatsApp with a particular Google account. I kind of managed to do it, but it wouldn't sync up automatically without me syncing to contacts on the phone, but that would get all my dad's contacts and then be associated there, and I like don't want that. So it's just it was getting this setup was as ugly as heck, and I just don't want to touch the setup at all if I can possibly avoid it. But yeah, no, it's. I mean, I know changing the volume won't do anything, but honestly, I don't know how and where to change the volume. I could just change it in system settings on this computer, but then I'm scared I would forget to change it back. So I'm not going to do that for now. Music. Music is some nice copyright-free Epic music, which I'm very happy about, because fairly certain I saw Mark Petrie's name on this as well. Which is good vibes. He does some very nice epic music. From Within, I believe, is springing to mind. Is that the name of that piece? I don't know. There's one piece in the playlist I used to listen to rather a lot, which may or may not be Mark Petrie. I don't know. But yeah, hello to everyone who's joining. Actually, see, we've got a couple of people. Yeah, so basically, yeah, I'm in theory, like with the new strats, this should. It's scary to say this because this is the point where something always goes wrong. But like in theory, new strats, I should be should do all right. So for anyone wondering, the new strats were basically I play it safe a lot sooner. Like that's literally all the new strats were. Basically, I noticed that I tended to be actually far more consistent late game than I was early game, which like should not be the case. I'm like the late game is far harder than early game in terms of like number and distribution of enemies. So why was that the case? And I think it's just basically I'm a lot sloppier. The issue is that was causing me to lose. Like it's fine like speedrunning the early game. Even if you mess up a fair amount, because like if you lose the early game, you haven't lost that much time. You haven't spent too much time on the run that dies. The issue is, like, if you do start getting to late game, the issue is I'm not thinking properly. The issue is I just lost. I would lose so many runs to the early game that it would not be worth it anymore. And so the aim is to play things a little bit safer with the early game. That often doesn't amount to too much different, but I think it's honestly, like, I shouldn't have used that. I think it's honestly a lot of the time just far more of a mindset thing. So yeah, going with that, and I'm hopeful, Because yeah, whilst it is a mindset, all I'm doing is changing my mindset towards this, like, that seems to be all that I really need to do to get more consistent. Like from the fact that my late game is pretty consistent with this. Yeah, man. Do I take this as an opportunity to give this a go? I think this is the spot. Oh, dang it. Too far. Oh well. So here I'm going to run up. I'm going to aggro those two because they won't get around in me in time. I can even pick up money and hop over here to safety. That forces them to run back, and I can easily... No point regenerating health here, which is quite nice actually. That was bad. Huh, I'm surprised I didn't get hit there. I thought the timings would not be in my favour. But yeah, there's not too much urgently going on. I finally, I finally had my Viva today for the paper that I've mentioned quite a few times on here. And I got absolutely, at one point I did get absolutely destroyed. So there were a couple of things where I was like, okay, I'm really not convinced you actually read my paper. But secondly, one of the funny things which happened was basically the way I decided to write this was like, I've done a lot of work on a lot of understanding for large tracks of this. And I do want that to get included somewhere. Like, if I'm going to produce something, I don't want to produce something just for the sake of an exam, because honestly, that won't motivate me. I want to produce something that, like, I'm going to be proud of in and of itself. And, like, that meant I wanted to go into some detail and explanations and stuff, which I did not have the word count for. So I decided to do the fairly obvious thing and just chuck lots of stuff in appendices. The issue was, so, like, the main text was self-contained, but the issue was... Like, if you didn't realise the main text was self-contained, it looked... yeah, it looked like I wrote around 6,000 words for a 3,000 word review. And yeah, one of the people in my Viva was just like, oh yes. So I see you had some difficulty with word count. I was like, no. The plan from the beginning was to put like lots and lots of extra detail in appendices as like somewhere people can go if they want more detail, which is, you know, the point of an appendix. But yeah, also didn't get that many interesting questions. Quite a few I'd already answered in the paper. Yeah, and like I know friends who got asked questions that like they didn't know the answer to. I did not get asked. I did not get asked a single question. To which I did not know the answer. No, 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 no. No, I'm not. I'm not risking that. It's fine. That was not my greatest move, but that'll do. Yeah, I did just get a ton of fairly easy questions, which I know isn't the worst. Oh no, I'm probably dead. Which isn't the worst thing in the world, but like, I was really aiming that to have like this review being something I did really like, really well at, like push me over great boundaries, etc. And that was not the case, or it doesn't feel like it's going to be that much of a help. But yeah, I also had to do a presentation, which 15 slides, 10 minutes, which is not exactly the guideline amount to say per slide, but I actually more or less managed to do it. I finished everything I intended on saying in under 10 minutes and said a little bit to conclude, but oh yes, whistling along to pieces I don't know the tune of. 10 out of 10, good content. In fairness, this is exactly the sort of content I'm sure most of you probably expect from me by now. Yeah? Yeah, okay, that was weird. But there we are. That's not bad. It's normally a fairly good start. Like, getting to blocks early on is nice. Now I've got to the issue is I've got no way of surviving. Like, and the thing is, I'm gonna forget. I know I'm going to forget in advance. Yeah, the stuff is gonna be sketch, basically. So I have not bought any more healing kits, and I probably will run out of them. It would be cool to have a, like, actually fairly successful run that I solely lose due to healing kits. That would be a first. And firsts are always nice. Ooh, that was closer than I would have liked. Don't really like that that minifigure cutout there, because the handle on that sign does have collisions. It should be way too minor to make a difference. Like, it's a tiny, tiny edge case, like where what would have to happen for that to be a problem is I'd have to attack at exactly the right time, which is incredibly unlikely. Okay, I think I'm going to use this as a chance to heal. Do I? No, I don't think I do. I think I just smash something and get health from that. Cool. Alright. And yeah, this is where I'd normally start safing, and the idea is that, in theory, I safed early on as well, so all should be very well around this point in time. Normally I'm actually a little bit more laissez-faire for the start of the round, but the start of this round, because I'm unlikely to be smashed even if these do clump up a little bit. Like, that doesn't normally happen. I really hope the stuff doesn't despawn, because had I tried to take out another one, that probably would have. But taking out one, it seems like a healthy bet. It wouldn't, and it's worked out in the end. So yeah, honestly, fairly slow gameplay. Good bit of just safing everything, but you know. Such as this run. Wow, that Admiral spawned down a lot further than I expected it to. Yes, this is what these runs resort to me end up with me commenting on. Literally, the spawn positions of random enemies being slightly different. You can tell I've done this too many times, can't you? It's the downside of not being a large stream with an active chat. Which, I mean, in fairness, if I were really going full on for content, then like I wouldn't be making videos the way I make videos. So I can't really complain too much. Like this is very much something I do to myself. Right. I'm gonna leave this one health off because honestly, like the start of the next round, I will get shot by multiple mechs, so it's not really worth being too careful about that first bit of health because I'll need to heal up anyway. Okay, we've got 3. Okay, stop mucking around. Actually, play the game. Did that guy just body block 2 shots? Aw. How wholesome. Wow, okay, the big brain plan about health conservation doesn't work so well when you end up on full health by the end of that anyway, but healing them was the right play. I could easily have been hit by 2 successive shots and smashed there, so I don't regret the play. Yeah, I've not listened to this music before, but honestly, going kind of hard right about now. It's pretty good, pretty good. I should probably have healed there. I guess I aggro one of you, de-aggro mech. This is going to be slow, but again, this ain't a speed run. I mean, honestly, this run probably should be, given how careful I have to be with health. Like, I really should be treating this as a speed run. But just because, like, given that I know I almost certainly will not succeed at this, there's no real point to spend ages perfecting it, because I know there's an expiration date on this run. If I actually manage this, having begun with like 51 healing cherries, like, that would be genuinely incredible, by which I mean I would not believe it. Oh yeah, so one thing which I should raise. Someone suggested to me the other day that back in live there did exist a bug with Spinjitzu similar to the Spinjitzu speed boost bug we see now. If you know about this or if you have any evidence of it, please let me know. To my knowledge, it was a DLU specific bug. I never experienced it in live, and I have experienced it, I believe, by accident in DLU. I know many people have discovered it by accident in DLU. I have seen it, like, I know there were places where people did write down various LU exploits. I have seen no reference to this in any of those places from live. It doesn't mean it did not exist, it just means it wasn't particularly well known. Regardless, if you have any evidence, specifically like video evidence, that would be amazing. Because that would mean I could actually... Because thus far, my assumption has been that they weren't valid for actual LU runs. If that is a live accurate bug, and they are valid for LU runs, that is going to change, like, so much. That would change an absolute ton of runs. So yeah, that would be, if anyone does know anything about that, that would be really, really appreciated. Annoyed I got hit there, but it's fine. Doesn't make much difference. So now I run in, aggro this guy, de-aggro the others. I might as well bring him up around here. I really hope this music was copyright. It's free. I should have like double checked that. I'm fairly certain. Well, I'm not. No, okay, I think there's a difference. I think this is royalty free, not copyright free, which is again fine for this. Yeah, royalty free. I mean, okay, royalty-free doesn't technically mean that, like, so maybe I should actually double-check the status of this music. Maybe I do have to have actually checked with the owner for this. I kind of just assumed because it was in this video that, you know, would have provided consent at some point, or somewhere publicly, for it being used, but I don't know that for a fact, so I probably should have checked that. Then again, I've accidentally dropped country roads in live streams before, so you know, this isn't the stupidest potential copyright infringement I've had. Occasionally, I do be a little bit of an idiot. Why is that single health point being so conserved? Oh, great. Okay. This round is one which may well make or break this challenge for me. Dang it. Didn't really expect both of them to see me. Yes, okay, no, I can just about... Oh god, I think I can... No, okay, let's just... I think this might be safe distance. Nope, that's not heal. I really don't want to go too far down there, but I might have to. Okay, no, I don't. Come on, just get back fairly quickly. Cool. Oh god, that was scary. Well, I wanted to. Great, and then I end up on full health after all of that. Wow, that was a lot of work for one accidental aggro. But it's good to know. It's good to know about that area, honestly. I wouldn't have thought I could have dodged that far up there. I guess it doesn't really say much. Like, I was pretty close to... I mean, I was de-aggroing it before. Yeah, this round I never really have to be too concerned about. in terms of being swarmed. Like, normally this is a fairly safe round. I can mess up. There are definitely a couple of spots I can mess up and potentially have 1 or 2 Stromling Pirates. But even 1 or 2 Stromling Pirates, as long as I'm playing adequately, should not be a problem. This isn't one of those things where I have to play well, I have to ad-lib, have to do anything like that. This is a fairly standard round on that front, as opposed to, for instance, mech-based rounds, which are often a lot more sketch. This just comes down to whether or not I can consistently smash spiderlings, which I can do pretty consistently. I'm not perfect at it, but I don't need to be. Well, okay, depends what you define not being perfect. Honestly, a good definition of perfect will just be makes it through all the rounds, which, or like, I guess you'll be 100% with 100% consistency, because there's no actual reason being perfect. You should define being perfect as doing it without taking damage, because like, you're allowed to take damage. And this, I'm not doing this damageless ever. I think it's probably safe to say. Do I? I think I'm going to rely on the stun lock here. I think I'm going to... If I don't get the stun lock... Okay, cool. I got it. That's fine. Had I not gotten the stun lock, I would have been a lot more careful there. Or I would have healed up instantly. Because without the stun lock, that would have been sketch. Okay. This is fine. Sideways. Oh, I really thought I'd have dodged that. Well, I should just de-aggro by running over here. Shouldn't be a problem, because, yeah. This really scares me, but I'm going to go for the same thing again. Like, okay, nope, heal. Yeah, and healing was a good decision. Okay, time to see it. Time for you guys to watch a bold move. There we are. That went about as well as I could have done, actually. And then just want to conserve health as much as possible. Or conserve these, because in theory, maybe I can. Okay. What do we have down there? We don't actually... Okay, I should be safe to fight this guy, I think. That was pretty darn clean. Yeah. I'm fairly happy with that one. Okay. I think, yeah, I make my way down here, aggro up those two. Want to aggro up one at a time, so I'll stick to the outside, get this one first, then get the second one on the inside circle. Oh yeah, I wasn't. I had no point of recorded discussing this. So yeah, I had something. I had what I assumed was a prank happen to me the other day. It was not, and it was like, whoa! I did not expect this to ever happen. It was someone saying they wanted to be my friend. No, I was having dinner with a couple of people. We were discussing... I can't remember the full conversation which led into it, but like we discussed a good amount of stuff. At one point, something came up was the fact that I'd never seen Star Wars, and one of the people commented the fact that, oh well, that means, oh but yeah, if you're avoiding Star Wars, like how can you like, that means you can't play Lego Star Wars. Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga, whatever it is. And I was like, yeah, it's a tough life. And this guy, so one of the guys the guy who just said that, I didn't really know. I've like seen him in lectures a couple of times, but the other guy I know very well. Oh no, I'm dead, heal. Oh. Dang it, that was genuinely such a good play. Like, I got the heal off on time, but for whatever reason, I think it was because I was healing at the same time as I got hit. The animation didn't play for healing. I assumed that by some bug I hadn't been hit. Ran back in, and of course, 2 damage lunge attack. But yeah, so the really weird thing which happened was, this, and so my friend then turns to his friend and it's like, oh nah, Lego Universe, Lego Star Wars. Lego Star Wars wasn't where it's at. Lego Universe was where it's at. At which point I'm like, do you know? Because I know, because like I don't. This isn't something I like. All the stuff I do with Lego Universe isn't something I chat about too much with friends. Except like my good friends know I do this, and they've mentioned it to a few people, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, cool, don't mind too much. But like, this isn't exactly common knowledge about me, but it was plausible that this guy could know that someone had mentioned it to him at some point, because we are fairly good friends. And he was like, no, what? And I did not believe him. I was like, no, you're having me on. You definitely know. Like, I've never met anyone in real life who played Lego Universe. Aside from like friends who played it with me as a kid who I knew, I've never like met someone and like, okay, let's just do this mission real quick. But yeah, I've never just happened to meet someone who was like, yeah, I play LU. I know one of the devs once spoke to a friend who mentioned both LU and my channel, and the dev was just keeping very quiet because the person didn't know that that they were a dev for it or whatever. It was like, oh yeah, I've heard of that Lego Universe thing, which was very funny. But yeah, it was. Yeah, this was the first time I've ever met, and I just didn't believe them for a good couple of seconds. I've never met anyone who actually played it in life, and yeah, it turns out both of these people actually had. One of whom I would say was my friend. The other I just met, so both. So my 2 friends probably is inaccurate as a phrase, but I mean the other guy's still a legend. But yeah, that was just like, wait a second, what? I've actually. I spent a good couple of minutes just not believing, because I was like, no, you're having me on. Because I know like other people who my friends had told, I didn't realise they'd told, they asked me about, and I was like, huh. But it was like fairly clear they'd been told, and so I was just assuming it was that. I was like, nope, no it wasn't. Which I'm sure was a stranger experience for my friend and his friends than it was for me, but because sure they weren't expecting that strong a reaction to just saying Lego Universe. It's like, bruh, you have no idea how much time I have spent on Lego Universe in the past several years. I, in fairness, do think that became clear though when they were discussing, when we were saying something about, oh yeah, we got to discussing scams later on. I was like, oh yeah, I was discussing the story about. So yeah, for those who don't know, the way, yeah, it's a story I've told many times. You'll be able to tell. But yeah, it's the story as to how, the only way LU development projects the only reason they actually exist is because a guy called P.W. Jones used Wireshark to record packets from the game before it shut down. Wow, I missed. I'm a disappointment. Yeah, that's the only reason any of these projects could exist or anything like that, was that information. But within that information is something incredible, which is it was just all the information from whilst he was playing a game, which means you just get, aside from like really useful information, you also get in stuff like the chat captures. You get like a slice of life of LU, and the best part of it is there's a capture of someone being scammed in LU. Like, yeah, so basically in the chat logs there's one guy being like, oh yeah, come and if you pay me 50,000 coins, then I'll give you a free money glitch. There are a couple of people being like, if you have a free money glitch, why do you want someone to pay you 50,000 coins? But unfortunately, not everyone in that conversation was thinking as critically about it. And basically what you see is, a couple of people saying that, then someone being like, oh yeah, where are you? And then there's just a pause for a minute or so, and then shortly after that you see a message in the chat being like, does anyone have 50,000 coins? I've been scammed by this guy. Which is a bit of a rip, but I hugely enjoy the fact that was captured in the logs. So like that person being scammed, that's there for posterity. May no one ever forgets that poor person whose name I don't know, who was scammed. Wow, that's useful. You know, I think I'm good actually. Might as well use that. I'm not using it for anything else. Just want to get. Oh, I need Imaginite as well, then, don't I? But yeah, then we started discussing the friends of ours who have been turned into scam artists by online games. Which was fairly funny because apparently there's definitely a pipeline between being scammed by someone and then going on to scam other people. Wait, healing drumsticks the same price, right? Yes, cool. Okay, so the plan for this is that I get some of each. So get 100 of that. And the reason I'm going to get some of each is so that is basically so that if I run low on one, I have enough to complete a run using the other. But I will try to avoid swapping this out. So basically, this just hopefully will help me to remember that I need to that when I get low, I need to buy some more, basically, because that is a concerningly large limiting factor for me at the moment. Okay, cool. Let's go. I'd definitely like to ideally get one more run in tonight. Well, yeah, I mean, I will get one more run in tonight. Yeah, honestly, BoNS is reaching the stage where it is just kind of fairly slow. I can play it faster, but it's just so much more risky. Well, I can spend time moving around and doing more complicated movement, but I don't think I don't think it's worth it. I don't think, yeah, there's... I don't think that ends up being faster. Because, like, spiderlings, etc., I can do my standard, like, enemy clump strategy. I can do on single enemies as well. Where you just, like, it's kind of what I'm doing here. You just run up and kick. Oh, hello, we've got a glitch timer at the top. But yeah, far less useful, or far less necessary against single targets. Oh, and we've got... no, okay, that one's attacking me. I'm gonna take the opportunity. I don't think I'm being chased by anything. Cool. Let's refresh this. Or restart it, you know what I mean. Oops. I know where I'm going. Don't. I'm competent. Don't give me that. Don't give me that. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully... oh, you know, there's... rip my chances of damageless. Heal. Oh, that was fun. That was interesting. That ground pound, I got a ground pound slip off of the off of the projectile. Temporary projectile physics. Need catchier names for all these things. Yeah. Here we go. If I'm playing it safe, that is not where I want to be, is it? I'm competent. I'm competent. Don't mock me, please. Oh, I'm not competent. I shouldn't pretend. Should not pretend to be that which I'm not. Huh. Alright. Guess it just took the server a little while there to recalculate where that strongling was meant to be going. I'm gonna see. Honestly, yeah, I'm doing fairly well on the health kits so far. Not so well now. But, made it through most of that round damageless. I want to move away from this corner, don't I? Alright, and get me here. That should be good. Don't think we have anything else aggroed to us. Good. That's a clean start. And yet, like, this way of handling stronglings is just so much safer. And, oh, yeah, my standard method, which was a lot more of just ignoring the stromlings and going and attacking the spiderling, which was not a good choice. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to hop over here. That's going to annoy them. That's hopefully it only de-aggroes the one. Look at that. Okay, that I'm actually quite pleased with. That was more or less perfect. Now we've just got the Spiderling to smash. If I die to this Hammerstorming now, it's going to be embarrassing, isn't it? I think that's, yeah, two healing kits in the first couple of rounds. No, that's not good. It's fine. Let's do this. That wasn't perfect, but I don't know if I could have done that in fewer healing kits. So I think that was still fairly good. Because, yeah, I want to at least keep an eye on healing kits. I feel that's a good shout. Okay, this isn't where I want to be right now. Just ground pound. I'm amazed I haven't taken damage in any of this. Like, I so should have done. Cool, should be getting. I want those slightly clumped up. That means I probably will take damage, but okay, well, I got 3 of them. There's basically no way I'm not taking damage here. So let's be a little bit stupid. Yeah. Figured, but you know what, that was not the... Oh, hello. That is one of the first times I've had that happen to me in BoNS. Okay, what do I want to do? Let's think this through a little bit. How was that not too close? I'm genuinely surprised by that. That heal wasn't unnecessary because I'm going to be taking this guy first. Who would one-shot me if I were on 3? I mean, okay. If I managed to... Oh, yeah, okay. There we are. It was perfectly necessary. Cool. I mean, obviously, ideally, I would not have taken that damage, but, you know. Taking that damage was not itself necessary, but given that I did take that damage, my actions were correct. Ugh. Okay. Not too bad. We're still doing fairly well on the food front. Like, again, it doesn't matter. I've got enough stuff to survive, but it's nice to... It gives me another, like, way of seeing progression as well. Although, arguably, this does make me take slightly more risks. Oh, you two are very close. Annoying. Okay, cool. Surprised that worked, but it did. It did. I knew these had slightly large, but they are also fairly. They're fairly similar. Heal. And here we are. That's a pretty good Spiderling. Honestly, yeah, this has been a fairly clean run. Like, 10 healing items down this round. To be on level 7, that's pretty darn good, actually. Quite proud of that. means I'm more than turning a profit on the health kits, actually. Ooh. Lag spikes be scary. Should not change direction midway through there. That was also scary and also quite sketchy. I don't like that. Speaking of spooky, scary strategies, sending shivers down my spine. Oh, me no likey. No. No, what on earth is going on? Please, no. I would say Merkle Blotch is one of the worst ones to have, like, ping issues with, but it's not actually true. There are lots of ones which are kind of equally bad to have. But okay, I guess Merkle Blotch is one of the worst, but there are many up there. Merkle Blotch is probably tied with many of them. But it just doesn't mean that much, because there are a lot of them up there. I want to finally get rid of those apples. Why does that have such a long cooldown? It's not that good an item. Alright. Here we go. And yeah, here's where the safing... Well, we start safing again. I mean, not that we weren't before, but... Here's where it really becomes like a safety grind, kind of. Like, these aren't Stromlings. I can't quickly dispatch with these. I guess that's why I see these rounds as different. It's because there is no option, really. Well, there's no fast option to handle Stromling Pirates. Like, I could, in theory, clump up and ground pound, but the thing is, Stromlings get smashed on one hit when you ground pound, so it's fine. They won't damage you, at least if you're high enough up that they can't attack you whilst you're in the air. Stromling Pirates, on the other hand, will survive and they will damage you. And if you clump them up, there is a very, very good chance they'll just kill you. So, we don't want that. Alright. Cool, let's... Oh no, come on, surely you saw me. Yes, okay, good, you did. I'm not talking to the Admiral. I'm talking to the pirate. I'm talking to the one who's actually far more of a concern to me than the other. Which is not something that should ever really be the case. Like, you should... It's... You know it's a kind of messed up world when you're actually significantly more concerned with the Admiral than you are the pirates, but... Sorry, other way around. The pirate than you are the Admiral. But I am. And I should be. That is the correct way to be. I've died more times to pirates than I have to Admirals. I think that's a... I don't have the numbers and I don't have the maths, but I think that's a fairly safe statement to make. I'm pretty certain that's true. I think I've died to Admirals maybe twice. Oh, I dislike this. This is arguably one of the worst ways you could have to fight enemies is or fight an Admiral is under a tree there, because like that was sketch. Pirates, I'd be far more... Anything that would one-hit you, that's scary. And Pirates, I'd be far more willing to handle there. Also less health, less time for something to go wrong. Yes, okay, let's just put in a little bit of attempting to learn rounds. Is it 2 rounds of mechs, then the spiderling round? Is spiderling round 12 or round 11? I don't remember. Oh, interesting. Okay, let's do this then. Ow. Cool. That's actually a fairly good move. Going up there. That lets me stagger my aggro a lot more. Okay, let's see what we've got over there. That wasn't explicitly a de-aggro strat there. That was actually just to take a look at these guys. And this is... that was arguably actually quite a bad move from me there. Probably shouldn't have gone for that. Worked out, doesn't mean it was a good move. Wow, I'm full of bad moves. No, I didn't go close enough. I'm amazed I didn't go close enough. And I've de-aggroed both of those now. The idea was that I'd pull the other one over whilst handling the fur. Well, I'd pull this one over whilst handling the other, but no, I ended up handling neither. Yeah, I'm on it. Oh, you've outlived your usefulness. Cool. We just wait for this guy's arrival. This is just so fun once you get it started. Ah, shame. Oh no, I dislike that. Okay, wasn't too close. Oh, okay, no, we got 2. It's not ideal. Oh no, we didn't, we only got the one. Cool, the other one was just idling. Nice. Huh. It's not intended. It's... Hello, MM12. Good to see you here. Yeah, I mean, given this whole thing was actually originally your idea, yeah, great to have you here. Sorry, I was too busy clicking along. Far more fun. Well, far more challenging to play you whilst you're spending one hand entirely clicking. Oh, I should heal here. That was, yeah, in theory, quite risky. You're here to say hello before you get back to writing your full-page essay on why you should not be using midnight on a school day. Thanks, Mysky. That's appreciated. Was not expecting that message. Honestly, that seems an oddly specific 4-page essay for them to have assigned you. Please go to your favourite small streamer and let them know. Write an essay, write a letter to your favourite small streamer, explain to them why you should not be writing the letter to them on a school night. Oh, I dislike this. Okay, well, we've just got to go for it, because if I'm fast enough, this will be fine. I think I am fast enough here. Nice. That's ideal. My lunch contains some very good sausages. They were not, in fact, at all sussy. Actually, that's a lie. It wasn't today's lunch. I have had some very good sausages recently. Oh, I'm dead. I'm not dead. Okay, I'm writing a letter to the DLU devs. I want... Actually, Visky, this can be your homework. I want someone to write a letter to the DLU devs explaining all the many reasons why I should have died about a second ago. I should not be alive right now. To anyone planning on rectifying that by killing me, I do mean in-game. Unfortunately, sorry, you do not have permission. Hardcore BoNS for Alpha is just nudging to royalty-free music. It's a good vibe. It's a good vibe. The royalty-free music is... Honestly, that has been quite a few of my things recently. Like, there was an entire video that was basically just me whistling along to alternating between, I think, Rhapsody and Blue, and... you commented on that, I think, actually, so no, you know about that video. Okay, come on. Good spot. And it's round 11, that's good to know. Alright, so now we begin. The very, very tedious... Yeah, round 11 is not one of my favourite rounds. It's, in theory, fairly easy, rather. Apologies. Yeah, in theory, this is a relatively easy round. In practice, it's just tedious, and it's just a lot of consistency. So, yeah, how's your day been? I should possibly have put low latency rather than normal latency. But yeah, I didn't even respond. What didn't I respond to? Oh, your comment. Oh yeah, true. Sorry. I've been meaning to basically respond to like a lot of comments, like when exams are done, etc. But yes, I did read that. Like. But yes, for anyone wondering, we do have a fellow Gershwin supporter in chat. That's what we aim for. That's what we aim for. Okay, where am I? Let's just aggro. Yeah, okay, there's just the one. That's fine. But yeah, I must say this is really, really different. Like, what Hardcore BoNS ended up being is so different from what I imagined when you originally set me this challenge. Like, initially, like... Yeah, it was just... Initially, it was like, oh yes, we'll be going... It'll be a lot more like running around, hitting stuff, dodging back and forth, and it ends up being, yeah, that's just kind of infeasible. And it ends up being a lot of this. Am I planning to say, yeah, plan to go the hard buttons in the game, or just gonna stick with 5? Yeah, what I've decided to do, the plan for this, is that I should be able... I want to do this as though I were a new player that had literally just come from Event Gardens. So, the 5 health points... Well, in part the 5 health points is due to all the stuff with Smash-A-Mole, Smash them all 3, I think it is, which gives me the extra health points. But also, I can have 1 health point from Avant Garden, so that kind of all checks out. So yeah, I'm not... Yeah, the plan is, like, I could also... Like, this could be expedited a lot with, for instance, the big one. That would make this whole challenge a lot easier. There's only 1 there? Huh. Okay, well, looks like we're aggroing you. I was hoping I'd avoid that damage, but that's fine. I wanted to avoid one of those hearts, but again, we're not actually running low, so it's fine. Hello, Skirby. That just sounds like I'm saying it's Kirby. But yeah, hello. Good to see you back again. Don't know why you keep coming. Actually, no, why did you come back? Every time you turn up to the stream, I lose the run. It's really sad. Actually, I don't recall if that was you. It might have been Huckronium. Hello there. Hello there, Scurvy. I really... Okay. Annoying. Every time I do that, I'm sure people think I'm referencing, like, the... whatever it is, the Obi-Wan Kenobi meme. I'm not. Like, it's not a problem people do think of that, but yeah, the oh my actually comes from one of our friends at uni who just will drop like the fattest oh my. Sorry. Okay, the hello there. Oh, sorry, I was okay. Both are true. I meant to say that about the hello there, which was... Okay, that's just a... I got distracted. I read Skirby's message saying, what can I say? I'm distracting. It was going to be like, oh my, in reply to that. But meanwhile, I was talking about the, yeah, hello there. Basically, I have one friend who will just join our Discord calls with a completely black camera and screen, and we'll just greet everyone with, hello there, Ninja Value. And it's just become a little bit of a meme. So I'm actually referencing that, which I'm aware, like, it makes no difference to anyone watching, but that's actually the origin of why I do that. It's just kind of, it's a joke which gets used so often, it's just now kind of ingrained in me. Unless you really think you can continue to break records, I really think it's fair to get everything you can on a hardcore character. Yes. No, it definitely, like, I would never say, like, to anyone else attempting this challenge that you shouldn't, that you should try and match this. This is stupid, but I think I can do it. And now and once I started with this particular thing, like, I think actually the reason that I'm doing this challenge like this is solely, but is like literally due to how I got my first hardcore BoNS character, and the fact that I literally just did a run through to get to this stage. I don't think there was ever any good reason. I think I just rationalized it after the fact. I have a psychiatrist friend who would have a lot to say about that in cognitive dissonance, but that is a topic for another time. Actually, it's a topic I may already have discussed, because I think it's quite interesting as a concept. But yeah, no. I definitely think, like, it's also, I do enjoy this as a challenge. It would be a lot easier if I had, honestly, the big one alone would make this challenge quite a lot easier. Not as much easier as you might expect, because the issue of the big one is it does hold you in place. There are definitely, like, what I could do with the big one, which I can't do like this, is I could clump up tons and tons of pirates, for instance, and, like, smash them in 2 big one hits. That would be possible. That would be a really good use of the big one. Ronin, as well, when they come up later in the game, the big one will be pretty useful for handling them. Okay, what do we have? Okay, we literally just have Spiderlings. Cool. So now we start the Spiderling grind for this round. Yeah, says a lot that this round takes like a good 10 minutes to complete, I think. Okay, I'm slightly exaggerating, but like not by much. That was scary. That was scary, as you could tell the noise I made that sounded like I was going to drown, which I don't think should be my response to being scared. Just a... That's one of the weirder... Like, I fairly regularly make some slightly strange noises on here, but I think that's up there with one of the weirder ones. I ideally would like to do one more hit there, but it's fine. Okay, this is kind of... This particular one is crashing and burning, so it's fine. Get it next cycle. And yeah, there we are. Okay, then ideally... Well, I think I want to lure this guy into the centre. I think that's my best play here. Might aggro him now, don't really care too much. Well, that wasn't ideal. But it doesn't change too much. Let's just not be dumb. Cool. One to go. Nice, okay. But yeah, I'm largely doing this because I'm pretty certain I can, and you know, it would be cooler if I managed it. Okay, well, look at that for character development. I made the same mistake as I did last time, but this time I managed to not die. I just want to reset as much as I can here. Honestly, I dislike this area. Can I just bring him down? This might be easier. Yep. Okay, that was... God, that was bad. I really thought I could get away there. No, boom traps don't work, unfortunately. That would be absolutely huge brains, though. Honestly, yeah, boom. Oh, can you imagine? Oh, like there would be so much extra gameplay if boom trap kits were working. I'm fairly certain they're not. But what we could do, right, is I go onto this account. I mean, I have more health, but we can use this to simulate what it would be like having a late game hardcore OU character. I could give it a go on this. Do I want to do a... I mean, I ideally probably don't want to do a full run because it's getting a little bit late and I want to actually get to bed earlier tonight than I normally do. But we'll definitely start a run today. Give that a bit of a go. Yeah, I'll be interested to see how this goes. Yeah, testing speed boost. Yeah, okay. Well, whilst you're here, MM12, don't know if... Yeah, basically something that... Don't know if you know anything about this, but something that got reported to me the other day is that apparently apparently the Spinjitzu bug is live accurate. You make a report for the boom trap kits. Honestly, well, let me double check. I'm fairly certain. I guess I can go and buy some quickly. I'll Gnarled Forest it, actually. But yeah, let me check. But, yeah, let's see. But yeah, so what I don't know is I've now had one report that apparently the Spinjitzu speed boost is live accurate. And if that's live accurate, I think that could be absolutely huge. Because I think if that is live accurate, there are some fairly useful bugs or fairly clever bugs I can pull off using that. I can pull them off on stream because they involve me disconnecting from the internet, but I do think there are some which can be pulled off with that. So yeah, I mean, this is to anyone who, I mean, I've already mentioned this for anyone who's watching the video from the beginning, but largely check their build but don't explode. Yeah, I think that's where I last saw them, was building but not exploding, but I can double check this. Where's my pirate hat? I really do need to slightly reorganize my inventory at some point because it's nicely organized for what I want it to do, aside from the fact that I need to scroll down one item slot which is slightly annoying. But yeah, so that's... But yeah, so yeah, if anyone has any... Oh, yay. The noise of the random air conditioning outside, fan outside of my room. Hopefully closing my blinds makes that a little bit quieter, and hopefully noise suppression can get rid of the rest. Okay, cool. Let's get... Oh, wow, those are... Oh my god, if... Yeah, I mean, these would be... Again, I don't think I'm going to add them into my current runs, because I do think that I can, or assuming I don't run into a roadblock, which I don't think I will, I do believe that I can complete a run of hardcore BoNS with my current rule set. It's just going to be a matter of, like, practice and repeatedly doing stuff. Not that I necessarily practice consistently enough to actually be gaining any steady improvements, but we don't talk about that. At the very least, with more runs, the odds of me getting a lucky increase. But yes, so I guess what we'll do is we'll just remove a lot of stuff. And yeah, this does make my life quite a bit easier if we start doing this. If I do a hardcore run like this. Or, you know, a hardcore BoNS run from this account. Because, like, look, I've got the yo-ho-ho mug. Like, that just makes my life so much easier. I don't need to buy up tons of stuff in advance. In fairness, the cooldown on that's absolutely gigantic. So, I may end up wanting to use it. What I'll probably do... I'll probably use the goblet, the ever-giving goblet, as a substitute for lots of healing items, because I can always just give myself more imagination. So I'll probably do something like that for this. So this won't be, well, I mean, this isn't going to be a proper hardcore BoNS run anyway. So what I probably will do is I'll use this loadout. Because I don't want to do that, or do I want to do this? Basically stuff such that I always have imagination. Actually, I get imagination from this. 10 imagination is more than I use. So, yeah, okay, I might as well go with this then. Cool. Oh, I'm quite okay. This might be fun. Yeah, again, barbecue drumsticks. Honestly, I probably wouldn't use them. I'd be more likely, if I were to pick something to use, it wouldn't be them. But yeah, well, okay, so, oh wait, barbecue drumsticks. Yeah, I'm assuming you mean the barbecue chicken wings from Mercrux Prime. Those, yeah, again, they're allowable, but... Or they're allowable in theory, but just not under my rules, because, like, it has to be, like, direct from Avant Gardens for mine. But yeah, they would be very helpful. However, I honestly don't think they'd make a ton of difference. Wow, I'm just matching to... I'm not clumping these up at all, I'm just confusing the AI more. Also, I don't actually need to do this. Like, that is completely beatable without doing that. Like, for Strommings, I literally can just ground pound. But this might actually be really good fun. I'm interested to see how this goes. Because this is like, I've spent so much time practicing something that's so much higher stress than this. Like, honestly, maybe I will do this at some point, just for the... Just because, like, yeah, I won't have too much difficulty with it. Or I don't think, anyway. I mean, that's the point where I absolutely mess up, now that I'm saying this, but, like... Okay, I want to do this. There we are. Look at that. Look at that destruction. Yeah, as I say, the big one definitely would make this a lot easier. Well, okay, yeah, there are the caveats that I mentioned earlier, which is the fact that spiderlings, actually, it would still probably make them quite a bit easier. I would want to be careful using it on them, but yeah, just look at that. So, like, I probably would die a couple of times like this if I were to do spiderlings. But yeah, so actually, there's something I kind of want to try with the Spinjitzu speed boost. I'm just going automatic, honestly, at this stage. And that wasn't ideal, but you know what? Checks out. Restores 5 life, so again, yeah, this is technically cheating, but again, I'm not planning on dropping this anywhere in particular. So, there are no rules but my own. This, yeah, that, okay, so this is the bit which could get a little more interesting, which is how I handle, yeah. Oh, that's interesting. That can stun me out of that. Okay. Looks like I need to be a little more careful then. So I think probably the safest bet is to loop back. So what I don't want to do is be like, oh yes, this is going to be so easy. I must say, take the opportunity to refresh. So, oh, this is so easy, and then absolutely get destroyed. I mean, in fairness, that'd make for some funny content for you guys, but watching Ninja being arrogant and then screwing up. But in fairness, you get a lot of that content anyway. Like, that would not be... It's not exactly the most original thing I'd ever have done. I do that very regularly. There you go. Cool. Okay, so let's try this out. This is gonna be this is. I also probably should check. Well, no, I'm not going to change the title because you know what, we are still investigating hardcore BoNS. So that should just smash it. Yeah, there we are. Wow, that changes the strats. Yeah. Oh, I forgot what round it was. I was preparing for Merkle Blotch. This is fine. Although I can work with this. Just do that. A couple of hits. I'm probably dead, actually. This is fine. I can work with that. Dies seconds later. Yeah, the annoying thing with this is I don't have the strats to pull this off because like I'm so used to playing one way that like, yeah, I now don't know what risks I can take. Like, it doesn't just make it easier, because I know I can take more risks, but I don't know which risks are actually good for me to take. And so it will take a minute or so, maybe a couple of attempts for me to actually get used to abusing the extra power I have. And make no mistake, this is a lot of extra power. So, for instance, like, honestly, spiderlings... As long as I'm not being shot at by other stuff, I think spiderlings should actually be fairly trivial now, at least the normal ones, because they have what, 15 health. Big one deals 7 damage per hit. I need to punch them exactly once, and assuming nothing else goes wrong, they're dead. So I think honestly, early game, you know what? Let's keep fairly similar. I can do all of these. All these, like, slightly faster strats. Like, I'm just using, honestly, the big one as against these guys just as a ground pound so that I can be slightly safer with. Honestly, I don't think it's much safer. Possibly. Yeah, like, those got fairly close to me. Yeah, I like how I'm swapping I'm swapping LU's music for not like some more upbeat tunes. No, I'm swapping it for something that actually has kind of fairly... This piece in particular has fairly similar vibes to the normal Bat of Nimba Station music. So I'm not even getting much more out of this. Out having changed music here. Okay, this is now slightly different, but a couple of... Let's go, felt a little more... I mean, still quite similar, but the vibes are shifting slowly. Can I hit the tree? I was hoping what would happen there is I'd hit the tree and that would do something. Oh, interesting. Wait a second. I wonder why the... okay. So the big one occasionally doesn't throw, which interests me. Like, if I'm pressed up against something and throw the big one, like we'll see here, doesn't throw. I wonder why that is. Because I don't know off the top of my head. I don't know exactly what causes that, because, like, the throwing of the big one is client-sided. That means there's something in the skill tree which is doing that, for whatever reason. I don't know what it is. It seems like something's cancelling the attack. I was really hoping that would attack that guy. Yeah, I forget, of course, M12, you're the guy who always bullied me over the fact that I just spam ult rather than, you know, clicking to actually aim my attacks. So, yeah, you're watching more ninja spamming ult. What? Okay, that was not the plan. Now that's on cooldown, oh yay. Fun. So, yeah, I mean, one thing that is definitely harder about this is the fact that I don't have my usual. I've got a much longer cooldown on healing, but you know what, that I can live with. But yeah, there are definitely. This is definitely one of the harder things to do in hardcore LU, I'd say. Like, there are definitely much easier ways of doing a lot of the grinds associated with this. Let's just spin around, hit that. There we are. Pretty easy, honestly. That's battling. Cool guys don't look at explosions. I only have one ult. Oh, okay. I only have one ult key, but my alt GR key functions as an alt key apparently in LU. So okay. Oh no. Why do you want me to lose this so badly? Okay, let's go. Oh no. Oh no, I can't like reach all the keys then. Okay, so I've got to use this. Okay. Oh god, this is cursed. I'm dead. I'm definitely gonna die because of this. This is on you, mate. Okay, I've got... So I usually use my right hand to like control mouse, etc. Or control my trackpad. And I use the... Sorry, left hand to do that, and I use right hand to like hit alt, etc. And send inputs like that. This is going to be a little more interesting. No, I can't do that. Come on, hit that, and I'm dead. Okay. I didn't actually end up using... Okay, we'll do this round alt, right alt only. And I will do it without using the big one. I'll try. Oh, God. I can't do this. Help! Alright, wait. I mean, I can cheese these guys like that. But I think I may accident... I definitely did hit the correct alt GR there, but... Okay. No, I just didn't even hit alt there. Ugh. No! I hate you so much. This is so cursed. This would honestly be when I was doing those series of, like, challenges with modded LU settings. This would have been such a good one. Just one where the keys are just, like, completely messed up. Oh, a fun challenge would actually be just random bindings. That would be really cool, actually. If someone wants to send me, if you're watching this and you are interested, send me an lwo.xml file on Discord, an intravalue 8633, I think. With just random key bindings. Okay, this is still wrong alt. Hardcore BoNS wrong alt %. Like, the thing is, my finger's not even... I normally move my hand around quite a lot when camera rotating, and so my finger doesn't consistently remain above Alt-GR. So, like, I'm having to look down every time. The struggles of a laptop user, yep. But, you know, just imagine how much of a god gamer I would be were I not being held back by the devices of my time. Like, if I'm already... Given I'm already the most god gamer in existence, imagine how much more of a god gamer I could possibly be. But yes, the struggles of a laptop user. Honestly, I don't know. It's because I'm used to this that I'm kind of like, yeah, this works for me. And like, if I did move over to something else, it probably would be worse. I mean, I probably would get better if I spent long enough on it, but the cost of the initial transition would, for me, be probably a little too much for me to actually ever make that. Just muscle memory there. I hit the wrong alt, but we got a couple with that. So I hope you watching me suffer there and you watching these stupid angles my camera started doing as I focused entirely on hitting Alt-GR and basically nothing else. I hope those were enough for you. Wow, that was more annoying than I expected. Okay, why am I not hitting any of you? That's better. When you don't know the piece but still want to whistle along and so attempt to guess where it's going to go, and you do not succeed. Yeah, so that's the lovely thing about the big one, is it's got, well, I mean, one of the many things, like, I can one-shot those guys, it's got incredible range. It does make this challenge a lot easier, doesn't it? It's probably... Yeah, I figured I couldn't get away from those two in time. Hoped, but, oh no. Only move with middle mouse. Ugh. Yeah. Honestly, for cursed LWO.xml stuff, like, one thing which would annoy me so much is just having the auto walk setting turned on. Oh, I guess you can't actually do that. You can just rebind what key it is. I guess you could bind my forwards key to the auto walk key. That would be awful. Because, like, LU doesn't have issues with two things being bound to the same key. In fact, I'm fairly certain that's how the W key works, is that you bind the rotate camera key and the strafe key to the same thing. Or at least, I think that's how it originally worked. I think then it got set like that, so you couldn't really change it. But I think that's originally what it did. I'm fairly certain I've tried decoupling those two now, and you can't. But I think originally it was something like that. Alright, so yeah, the nice thing about this, right, is I can abuse the range. I absolutely did not demonstrate why that was such a nice thing there, but, oh well, I tried. I really hate that slight delay on using this. It's really annoying. Because that's what means that the enemy's going to hit me and break me out of the attack. Or break me out of the charge up. Well, it's not a charge up, you know what I mean. That was bad, but didn't die to it, so all's well that ends well. But yeah, so I cannot completely YOLO this round is what we discovered last time. But I don't have to completely YOLO it. I can just mostly YOLO it. Ooh, that was... So I should actually have waited like half a second longer there, and that would have been ironically less sketch. Well, the thing is, there's no way to permanently like stop a player's character from walking using like LWO or anything like that. However, yeah, you can rebind it so that to move at all is to... Honestly, I think Did I not try something like... I feel I tried something like I have to leave it on. I feel I gave that a go at some point. I feel that was one of those challenges that I did. I don't remember that. I might be wrong. My memory. But you are dead. Okay, cool. And there we have our little stromling that could, but unfortunately it could not. Okay, time to see how this plays out. The real question is, do I want to use... Oh, what I could have done, and would have been good fun, is I could have thrown this sooner. So I think I'm gonna, given we're doing this slightly for the memes, okay. So one way I can play this is to really abuse this guy's pathfinding, but I don't actually think I need to. I think I'm good without doing that. Might need to gain a little bit of distance here. That works. Ooh, that didn't work as well as I'd thought. Stressful boss fight when you're able to stay a long distance away. Wow. That was significantly less scary. Are you ready to go? So yeah, this is one of the rounds which really changes. If I want to play it close, I can leap over Malcolm and use his attack. Is that consistent? Can I 100% of the time get him to use his attack and not hit me? Because, like, honestly, that's not just the big one strategy if that works. Like, that is I will use this every run kind of strategy. I've just never really experimented with Murgle because it's like, I do have a strat that works, but if that actually does work, like, I can give it a test one game. Because it's not getting to... Honestly, I think getting to Murgle Blotch is like the same length of time as round 11. Fucking hate round 11. Should smash both of them, yeah, cool. Normally I'd be absolutely terrified to be here, but I think I'm fairly safe. Oh, that was slightly sketch, but I don't care. You can't stop me going for the sketch strats. Oh, this is low-key a lot more enjoyable than I've done a few times before, and it's tedious. Yeah, but the thing is, if that actively like safely triggers that is not tedious for me, because that would mean that I'd be able to jump over, do a triple attack myself. Jump over, do a triple attack. Like, that would make my life 100 times easier. So that would be an incredibly useful strat if that were viable. because that means I wouldn't have to do what I do at the moment, which is just single attack, single attack, single attack. Hey there. So, okay. Next time I will give that a test. Because that could be a really, really neat strat if that works. I did some early tests, like very early on, I did some Murgle Blotch testing. Basically on, okay, what are the right timings for me to stunlock him? Okay, so here you're going to watch me having different strats, because I can. Oh, my eye is suddenly itching very, very badly. That's the Maelstrom having different strats, apparently. The make ninja's eye itch. Oh. Okay, there we are. Wow, that's annoying. Still going, still going. So thought I meant to heal up, I evidently didn't. So maybe I'll die in about a second. Come on. Cool. That worked out pretty well. Do that, do that. Nice. Oh, hello. How are you still alive? Don't know, don't care. I'm sure I can have a pretty good guess as to how that guy's still alive, but it's fine. Oh yeah, I haven't tested boom trap kits, have I? Oh, that's interesting as strats go. That's something I could try and mess with fairly heavily. And I've also got walls that I keep forgetting I can abuse with the spiderlings. But also, we should... I did promise I would. Yeah. Yep, no damage. I threw that there, so even if this does 1 damage it would work, but yeah, that does not work at the moment. You already made a report, cool. I wanted to check just in case, but yeah. Yeah. It's a good shout, and it definitely doesn't work. Honestly, that's a fairly easy and consistent strat for spiderlings there. And wow, like, this is just so much more painless. Sorry, did I say round 12 earlier? I meant round 11. Guess I could just have used this. In fact, I still need to use that, so... Who's the real loser there? Oh yeah, it's me. Wow, I messed that up. That was bad. It's fine. Oh, wait. Where are the mechs? Should be more mechs right about now. Okay, I take it back, and all the mechs, please go away. Well, I think I'm going to call that there. I think this will be really, really viable, especially if, like, I got more stuff. Like, someone should give this a go, because it's definitely... With this rule set, it is definitely possible. Like, I'm playing more riskily because I know I can. And I can't, but... yeah. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here. Because, yeah, as mentioned earlier, I'd like to be to bed fairly early tonight, so I can hopefully fix my sleep schedule in time for exams, because those start early and I'm not looking forward to that. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching. I mean, I say you all, I'm well aware there is a single person watching at the moment. Thank you everyone very much for watching. In fact, thank you to anyone who is watching this video after the fact. Yeah, it really means a lot. Yeah, with that, I've been Ninja, and I'll see you around.